Okay, so day 6, we're still on our mobility week. We're thinking about our hips today in our Vinyasa. So a nice 30-minute juicy hip session. So everything is going to be focused around the hips. Do grab 2 blocks or something that you can rest your hands onto, because there's going to be something that maybe you're amazingly strong and you can do it, maybe your hips are really mobile, but just so that we can really think about the hips rather than wobbling all over the place, grab blocks. Okay, come to your seated position, really nice and comfortable, hands onto the thighs, palms facing up, and close down the eyes. Remember that block is there for you to sit on if you need a slightly elevated space to keep a nice long spine. Really feel that breath, inhaling, filling up the belly. Exhale, completely release. Focusing on those areas of the body that you know that you hold tension in, and allowing those to completely release on that exhale. Feeling that breath all the way up to the chest, to the collarbone. And sending your attention down to your hips already, however you are seated. If you're like me, cross-legged, your hips are going to be in external rotation. And just see how they feel. Do they feel tight today? Do you know that you need to work on your mobility? Do you know that your lower back does start to ache after you've been doing some strenuous exercise, or even just sitting down a lot? That's quite a key indication that your lower back that isn't meant to move is doing a lot of compensation for tight hips. Take 3 more deep breaths in and refreshing breaths out. When you've taken that last exhale, start to blink the eyes open. And then we're going to take the feet out. Now maybe if you're sitting on the side of the mat, this could be helpful, or if you feel like you've got enough space facing forward, whatever. So your feet are slightly diagonal away from the body. And then we're going to tip the knees over to the right. Now you are going to get sick of this deer pose, of this hip mobility exercise by the end, but it is just so amazing because both legs are working. We've got internal and external rotation of our hips, so it's just a perfect way to start to warm them up, especially in our mobility. But come to facing onto the front, so I'm over my left leg, so my left hip is facing forward, left knee is straight out, left foot is out to the side, feet are flexed. Right hip, right knee is straight out to the side, right leg is straight down, both at 90 degrees. Blocks are handy. You can always sit, probably on that underneath that left hip, because you may start to lean over to the left. Trying to stay as upright as possible here, really allowing that hip to relax, that back hip especially. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you take your hands to your temples, and then start making sure that that movement is coming from your waist. Twist round over that front leg, so the left side. And then inhaling using that oblique and twisting round over that back leg, the right leg. Inhaling all the way back round over to the left. Really making this movement just come from the waist, really improving our mobility again. Driving the elbows out to the side, making sure you're not sticking that rib cage out. Okay, take 2 more twists. And then knees all the way up over to the other side. Make sure you've got that 90 degree both sides. One side may feel completely different to the other. Hands to the temples, or you stay in this stagnant pose. Starting to take that twist over the front leg. Really trying to just move from this torso, trying not to lift up that pelvis at the same time. So really concentrate here. Really nice opening for that internal and external rotation. Inhale all the way to the front, taking our legs out wide. Now it's the start of our practice, so however wide they want to go, I don't care. Flexing the feet. Flexed feet means the shins are active, means the knees can pull up so the quads are active and allows those hamstrings to lengthen. Working on internal and external rotation, just warming up that mobility. So everybody drop your toes in. This is your internal rotation. And then take the toes out. External. So if you were standing straight with your feet down, you would be internally rotating the bones, the femurs towards your body, the hips towards your body, and then taking them away from your body. So just come through some like this, really feeling that motion coming from the hips rather than just taking the feet back and forward, moving the whole of your legs and feeling that energy driving from the hip joint. So it's moving around inside that pelvis. And really focus on this, because not just now but throughout the rest of our week and throughout the rest of your practice, it's so good to know, okay, internal rotation, external rotation, do I have stronger or weaker? How can I improve that? So nice to warm this up before our practice. 3, 2, and 1. Taking the knees all the way in, just taking the hands to the front of the mat. Coming into our all fours, just coming into some cat-cows, warming up that front back body and the hip flexors. Big inhale, drop that pelvis gaze up, pull the shoulder blades together, pull the hands towards your body. Exhale, push the mat away, separate the shoulder blades, draw that belly button to your spine. Inhale, coming into your cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale all the way to the end of that inhale for your cow, and then all the way to the end of your exhale for that cat. Coming back to all fours, tucking the toes. Big inhale, activate, ground those hands, and on your exhale, straight back into your downward dog. Make sure those hands are shoulder width, fingers are spread wide, head is nice and relaxed. Externally rotating those shoulders, separating the shoulder blades. And then your legs are slightly internally rotating, so you shouldn't be able to see your heels. Inhale, right leg up, 3-leg dog. Hips, bones straight down to the ground, flexing that right foot. Exhale, taking this right foot, crossing it in front of the left, still in this downward dog. We're in this cross-leg downward dog here, really feeling a stretch down the outside of both hips, waking up those external hip flexors. Staying exactly like you are with the legs, bringing this left arm all the way up, like you're in an easy twist, trying not to move the legs, just moving from that shoulder, the upper back. Exhale all the way down. Inhale, reach that left arm all the way up, opening up that thoracic spine, keep pushing in through that right hand, all the way down. Keep that energy driving through the feet. One more time, big inhale, left arm up. Exhale all the way down. Pick up the right leg, tippy toes to the left leg, crossing the right leg over the left thigh, coming into this figure 4 stretch. Pushing the hands back, driving that right knee away from your hands so you can really feel again that external hip rotation. Those muscles really start to wake up, start to stretch out. And then next, inhale, drive the weight forward, stepping the right leg all the way through, inhaling into your high lunge. Setting up here really strong, make sure the hips are squared, bending that back leg so you're not sticking your rib cage out. Exhale, twist left arm forward, right arm back, twisting over that front leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale all the way into your revolve twist, taking that right hand to the left hamstring, left arm all the way up. And on your exhale, taking this left elbow towards the right thigh, the outer right thigh, coming into your revolve twist. Now absolutely you take that knee down, that left knee down, keeping the hands at heart center. Keep twisting the left rib cage round to the right, keep opening up that chest. Really nice inhales here. And exhale. Final inhale. Exhale all the way back down to the ground. Plant the hands. Step this right leg back, coming through your vinyasa. Shoulders over the wrists ever so slightly, all the way or halfway down. Inhale, cobra or upward dog. Exhale all the way back, downward dog. Inhale, three-leg dog, left leg up, making sure the hips stay square. Exhale, bending the left leg, crossing it in front of the right, still in this downward dog form. Really feeling that stretch through the outer hip, trying to ground this inside of the left foot to the floor. Big inhale, reach the right hand high, trying to just move from that upper back of the shoulder. Exhale all the way down. Next, inhale, reach that right hand high, still pushing that mat away. Exhale all the way down. One more time, big inhale, reach that right hand high. Exhale down, picking up the left leg and the right heel, straight back into this figure four. Left leg crossing over that right thigh. Driving that left knee away from the face. Really feeling that stretch through the outer hip. Breathing here. Next, exhale, take the weight all the way forward. Bring this left leg forward. Setting up for your high lunge. Big inhale all the way up. Feel really strong here. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twist. Right arm forward, left arm back. Really twisting from those obliques, trying to keep the hips square to the front. Next, exhale, coming into that revolve twist, taking the left hand to the right hamstring, right hand up and over, keeping that bend through the front leg. Next, exhale, straighten through that back leg, right elbow towards the outer left thigh, coming into this revolve lunge. Absolutely, you take that back knee down if needed. Hands to heart center. Keep spinning the right oblique round to the left. Keep drawing the shoulder blades together. Keep breathing, keep reaching. Next, exhale, place the hands all the way down, stepping this left foot back through your high plank, absolutely knees down, through your vinyasa, so coming down all the way to the ground or halfway, cobra or upward dog, all the way back, downward dog, really nice. Inhale, three-leg dog, right leg up. Exhale, taking this right leg through again, pushing back. One inhale, reaching that left arm high this time. Exhale all the way back down. Coming into this figure four, pushing that right knee away. Inhale, stepping straight through. Big inhale, high lunge. Exhale, twist. Inhale, come into that revolved lunge. Exhale, straighten through that back leg. Left elbow all the way down to the right thigh. Hands to heart center. Really deep in this lunge. Breathing here. Exhale, hands all the way down, coming through your vinyasa. Inhale, exhale, all the way to the end of the exhale before you come into that upward dog. And then all the way back, downward dog. Other side, inhale, left leg up, three-leg dog. Stepping straight through into this twisted dog. Inhale, right arm high. Exhale, all the way back. Inhale, pick up the left leg, pushing all the way back on this figure four stretch. Inhale, stepping the left leg through. Inhale, high lunge. Exhale, twist. Inhale, left hand to right hamstring, right hand up high, tiny back bend. And then exhale, come all the way down to your revolve lunge. Right elbow towards the left thigh. Driving that energy through the back leg, breathing here. Next, exhale, come all the way back, planting the hands down, stepping this right foot to the front of the mat now. Toes together, heels apart, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, roll all the way up through standing. Grabbing your blocks, just putting them in front of you. I'm going to have mine on the highest setting. Inhale, hands up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold, maybe your knees are bent. Inhale, halfway lift, make sure the weight is in your toes. And then from here, we're placing the hands onto the blocks. We're going to be taking the weight into our left leg so we can lift up the right. Crossing the right leg over the left, as much as it can go. And then really nice and controlled, bringing this right leg all the way up to the side. Just using that strength from our external hip. Try not to pick up that hip, keep them in line. So cross it in front and then all the way to the side. But don't be tempted to just swing it, because then you're probably going to be dumping into the left hip. Cross and lift. Keep that core engaged. Really working this outside hip. 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. Coming onto the other side. Weight into the right foot, crossing this left foot in front. And then all the way out to the side. Really just using the external muscles that help with that external rotation. One side could feel different to the other. Really try to keep the hips in line. Try not to dump through that right hip. Keep the core engaged. Make sure you're not dumping into that back as well. 3, 2, and 1. Really nice. All the way down, come into your forward fold. Take the feet apart. Blocks can go away. Really big ragdoll here, just hanging the head. Resting that chest over the thighs, really nice. Shaking that head, just make sure there's no tension that your neck's holding on to. And just sway from side to side. Walking those feet together so your toes are touching again. Back into this forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Step, hop, jump. Back into your chaturanga. Halfway all the way. Cobra or your upward dog. Inhale all the way back, downward dog. That flow one more time. Big inhale, 3-leg dog, right leg up. Exhale, cross dog, right leg in front. Inhale, left arm up, just moving that torso. Exhale, hand all the way down. Inhale, pick up the right leg into this figure 4. And next exhale, shoot forward into your high lunge. Big inhale all the way up. Inhale, reach, exhale, twist left hand forward, right hand back. Next, inhale, take the right hand to the left hamstring, left hand high. And final exhale into your revolve lunge. That outer glute is probably starting to ache. Nice revolve lunge here. Really work that back leg as much as the front. Breathing here. Exhale, hands all the way down, second to last vinyasa, or absolutely you skip it, meeting us in downward dog. All the way back everyone, downward dog, final flow. Left leg high, 3-leg dog. Exhale, crossing that leg forward into your cross dog. Inhale, right hand high. Exhale. Next, inhale into your figure 4. Exhale, shoot all the way through into your high lunge, hands all the way up. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Inhale, left hand, right hamstring, right hand high. And then exhale, straighten that back leg, coming into your revolve lunge. Hands to heart center, really pull this right rib cage round. Last time that we're here, really drive that energy through the back heel. Make sure the shoulder blades are drawing together. Exhale, hands all the way down. Plant those hands, step the leg back. Final vinyasa. Through that chaturanga. All the way to the end of the exhale before you come up into that upward dog. And then drop the knees, sink all the way back, child's pose. Really good. Take the hands behind you, just let those shoulders drop inwards. Closed knees or wide knees, whatever you fancy. Just feeling this back start to stretch out. That breath expanding through the back and sides of the ribs. Maybe you sway your hips from side to side. Inhale, slowly walk forward through your all fours, picking up the right leg, bringing it all the way through into a low lunge, that back knee down. Stretching nicely through that left hip flexor. Maybe your hands are on blocks to keep that chest nice and open. Starting to cool down now, so don't push yourself too hard. Next, exhale, coming into your half splits, really slowly stretching through that front leg, weight goes back, flexing the toes. Remember, a flexed foot with the forefoot dragging back, works the shins, works the quads and helps the hamstrings to lengthen. Breathing here. Next, exhale, walk even further back, bringing this left leg all the way underneath you, taking the left sole of the foot to the inner right thigh. So you're in your Janushusasana, right foot is still flexed. And then exhale, we're going to fold all the way over that right leg, keeping the left knee drawing out to the side, keeping this chest leading. We don't want to lead with our shoulders, so keep nice and open. Really feel like this rib cage, the torso is completely square, it's not being pulled back by that left hip. Final inhale here. Walk the hands all the way up, switching over to the other side. So bringing this left foot all the way forward to the front. Setting up into your low lunge, stretching through that right hip flexor, sinking those hips down, keeping the chest open. Start to feel yourself grow heavier into the mat, working towards our Shavasana. Exhale, straighten through the front leg, flexing that foot. In your half splits, keeping that chest open, I always say. And then next exhale, just come all the way back, bringing this right leg through underneath you, so the sole of the foot is to the left inner thigh. Dropping the right knee away. Inhale, think about lifting again, block, super helpful. And then exhale, walk the hands forward. Keep sinking this right knee down and try to move from the torso. So try to have that square rather than pulling back with this left hip, rather than pulling back with the right hip. Remembering to breathe. Inhale, walk the hands all the way back in. Bring the right leg forward. If you've got blocks in the way, take them all out from your area. And then slowly work yourself down to your mat. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe sway from side to side. And then come into our full happy baby, so arms all the way through to grab the outside of those feet. Maybe it's the calves or maybe it's the hamstrings that you're pulling down. But wherever you are, pull those knees towards the armpits, keep the shoulders grounded. Feel the whole of that length of the back from the tailbone to the crown of the head, drawing into your mat. And again, here you can sway from side to side, feeling that massage down the spinal erector. Take any extra movements you know you need before we come into our Shavasana, taking the legs out long as wide or wider than the mat. Hands away from the body, palms facing up, and close down the eyes. Really focus on that energy from the hips, drawing any negative tension away. Breathing it out on your exhales, allowing those hips to grow heavier. Allowing those fingers to just naturally curve. The shoulders rolling away from the chest into the ground. Feet falling out to the sides. Starting to make our way out of Shavasana, wiggling the fingers, wiggling the toes, moving that energy up through the body, taking the movements bigger. And then coming into a really big stretch, fingers and toes as far away from one another as possible. Bending up through the knees, rolling over to one side, using that bicep as a cushion, keeping the eyes closed. And then finally pushing yourself all the way up to seated. Whatever seated position is comfortable for you, hands on your thighs, palms facing up. Allow yourself to feel really tall, light and lifted here. Nice and calm. Breath still even. In through your nose, out through your nose. Feeling really light and lifted. Those breaths still calm, relaxing. Inhales through your nose, out through your nose. Well done for making it to the next stage of our challenge. You're going to learn so much about yourself, your mobility, throughout our physical practices. So well done for the commitment. Hands to heart center. Bow the chin to the chest, thumbs to the third eye. And just try to pinpoint something that you have taken away from today and something that you can take into your daily life or maybe into the rest of your practice. Once you have put your finger on it, allow that to really solidify in your mind. And when you're ready, take the hands away from the eyes and start to blink the eyes open.